As you take a deep breath, allowing your body to settle, you may begin to realize that emotions, no matter how intense or difficult, they're simply signals. Just as the weather changes, so too do your feelings. And like the changing seasons, emotions come and go. It's as if the very nature of emotions is to shift, to flow, to transform into something else. Just as a storm eventually clears and opens the sky, fresh and bright. You might already know it's okay to have those feelings, those emotions, those thoughts, no matter how negative they seem. In fact, they can be seen as an invitation, a clue to something deeper. Imagine for a moment, you've a garden within you. And these emotions, even the negative ones, they're like plants that are meant to teach you. They may not always seem beautiful at first, but as you observe them, as you respect them for what they are, they begin to show their wisdom. You might even notice, in time, they begin to transform, to shift, to reveal hidden gifts, like the way a seed grows into a flower. And what if, instead of clinging to the emotions, you simply watched them, as if they were clouds in the sky, passing by, moving, changing? You may find, with a bit of patience, that these feelings, these emotions, they'll change naturally, just as clouds shift, sometimes disappearing, sometimes turning into something new. It's almost as though the negative feelings, once respected, can be transmuted, alchemized, if you will, into something else, something more expansive, something that serves you, something that lifts you higher. And then you begin to realize, just because something feels challenging, it doesn't mean it's not an opportunity for growth, for healing, for learning. In fact, it's precisely through these moments of discomfort that the greatest shifts occur. It's almost like a diamond being formed under pressure. Through time, through pressure, through transformation, it becomes something precious. You might even notice how this pressure leads you to discover parts of yourself you never even knew existed. Parts that grow stronger, wiser, more resilient. Now imagine the energy from these emotions, these feelings, can be redirected, like electricity flowing to different wires, always available for you to use in new and powerful ways. What if, instead of fighting the energy or the emotion, you simply allowed it to move through you, and in doing so, you found it became a source of power, of trust, of faith? Can you feel how you can tap into that power, that trust, that sense of abundance? And as you allow yourself to see this possibility, you might begin to understand the value of an experience. It's not determined by the label that we place on it, but by how we choose to see it. And as you choose to see these emotions, not as barriers, but as stepping stones to deeper understanding, you might find life becomes more vibrant, more alive, more curious, more fun. It's like discovering the path that you've been walking. It's not just a path, it's an adventure. In fact, the more you let yourself feel, the more you may notice there's joy to be found, even the simplest of emotions. It's as if you begin to realize every emotion, every feeling, every experience, it's simply a part of the grand dance of life, an endless cycle of growth and release, of deepening trust, of knowing whatever comes, you can handle it. Whatever it is, you can face it. You're strong, you're capable. You're able to turn even the most challenging moments into powerful lessons. So you may find, as you feel, as you experience, you also begin to transform. Every step, every breath, every moment, a chance for you to grow, to heal, to become even more aligned with your true self. And with each new experience, you discover more about who you really are, and how deeply you're connected to the world around you. As you allow the natural flow of your emotions, they become like the wind beneath your wings, helping you soar higher, feel more alive, and trust more fully in the process of life itself. When you think about it, when you consider every emotion, even the negative ones, as a purpose, you begin to realize that life, in all its colours and variations, is richer, fuller, and more meaningful than you might have ever imagined. And you begin to trust the unfolding of it, knowing that everything has its place, and everything will work out in ways you might not even yet understand, but will always serve you in ways you can't quite anticipate. Just as you're growing, so too is the world around you. And in the dance between the two, you find peace, balance and joy. And as you open yourself to this understanding, you might start to notice how it feels different, how it feels empowering, freeing, almost like a lightness, like a weight is gently lifting from your shoulders. And with each passing moment, you feel yourself becoming more comfortable with the natural flow of your emotions, allowing them to guide you, but never controlling you. They teach, they pass, and in the process you grow. And as you continue to breathe deeply, with each inhale and exhale, you might find yourself becoming more attuned to the way your body responds to the flow of life. It's almost as if your body has always known how to adapt, how to recalibrate, how to adjust to whatever arises. Just like a river that knows how to flow around a rock, or a tree that bends and grows in response to the wind. You can allow yourself to become more in sync with the natural rhythms of your own emotions, knowing they're part of this vast, ever-changing dance. And in that dance, you may begin to notice that emotions, even the ones that seem heavy or difficult, they're simply moments in time, like clouds passing through the sky. The more you notice them without clinging to them, the more you realize these feelings, these thoughts, they've no lasting hold on you. They simply come, and in their coming, they teach you something new, something valuable, something deep. It's as if they serve as temporary messengers, gently guiding you, showing you what needs attention, what needs releasing, what needs understanding. And what if you could realize, just for a moment, that each negative emotion is an opportunity, a gift, even waiting for you to recognize it. And imagine this. The moment of discomfort, of heaviness, it's simply an invitation to step into something new, something transformative. And you might begin to wonder, what if every emotion, no matter how intense, no matter how challenging, was simply pointing you towards growth? What if instead of trying to push it away, you could lean in, listen, and then watch it shift into something lighter, something brighter? You notice how it feels when you allow yourself to fully experience whatever comes up, trusting you don't need to hold on to it, or make it last forever. Can you sense, perhaps, how when you allow it to flow through you, it naturally starts to release its hold, dissolving into clarity? It's almost like stepping into a fog, and as you walk through it, the fog begins to dissipate, revealing a clear path ahead. And as that clarity emerges, you begin to realize this is the gift, this ability to let go, to release, to transform. And imagine how different it might feel to know you don't need to hold on to negative emotions or thoughts, because you can let them move through you. Like a gentle breeze, they shift, they change, they flow, and they move you towards something new, something more in alignment with who you're becoming. It's as if your emotions, they're not something you have to wrestle with. Instead, they're a part of the natural flow, constantly shifting, constantly providing you with opportunities to grow, to expand and to learn. They show you where to focus your attention, like the way the light of the sun reveals the world around you, illuminating the path that you're meant to walk. And with each step, as you acknowledge these emotions and allow them to be, you notice something incredible happening. Instead of being burdened, you feel lighter. It's like realizing that the weight that you're carrying was never meant to weigh you down. Instead, it was meant to guide you, to teach you how to release, how to transform, how to grow. And you might even realize, on a deeper level, that this very process of transformation is where your true strength lies. What if, just for a moment, you could trust even the most challenging emotions, they're part of something larger than you, something that always has your highest good in mind? Imagine knowing every feeling, every emotion is just a reflection of your internal world shifting, realigning, expanding. And as these emotions move through you, they open new doors, new ways of thinking, new opportunities for healing and for growth. You might even start to feel a sense of wonder, about what these emotions will teach you, knowing that every moment of discomfort holds within it the seed of a new understanding and a new breakthrough. And now, as you continue to breathe deeply and naturally, imagine how easy it can be to shift, to pivot, to turn your focus towards the lesson these emotions are offering you. Can you feel the power of this realization? That every time you experience something that challenges you, you have the choice to ask, what is this teaching me? And as you ask that question, something within you relaxes, knowing it's safe to explore, safe to feel, safe to discover what lies beneath the surface. Because just like a treasure chest that may be buried under the sand, you know the real gifts, they're often found once you're willing to dig a little deeper. And as you make this choice to honour your emotions, to respect them, but not to cling to them, you notice the more you allow this process to unfold, the more empowered you feel. It's almost as if you've discovered a hidden source of strength that's within you, a well of wisdom and resilience, always available, always present. The more you trust this natural flow, the more you realise you're not the emotions yourself. You're the observer, the one who can choose to direct your attention, to choose how you respond. As you continue to embrace this process, you begin to recognise your emotions. They're like the notes in a song, each one contributing to the beautiful symphony of your life. And just as you wouldn't expect a song to be made up only of high notes or low notes, you understand both light and dark moments. They're essential to creating harmony. The vast contrast between them gives the music depth, richness and meaning. In the same way, your emotions, every single one, has its place in the melody of your life. And with this understanding, you may start to notice something extraordinary. That as you allow these emotions to be what they are, without judgment, without resistance, they begin to transform in ways you might not have expected. It's almost as if you can feel the shift taking place, a subtle change, a subtle lightness. And with each transformation, you begin to feel more grounded, more centered, more at peace. Like a tree that, despite the winds and storms, remains rooted. You begin to feel your own foundation becoming stronger, more resilient, more expansive. What if right now, in this very moment, you could realize your emotions? They're not obstacles to your happiness, but they're actually the key to unlocking it. Just as fire can be used to cook, to create, transform, so too can your emotions be used to fuel your growth, your learning, your evolution. And as you realize this, you begin to sense how every feeling, every experience is part of a larger tapestry, a picture being woven together, and with every thread contributing to the masterpiece of your life. And so, with each moment, you're becoming more tuned to the natural flow of your own emotions, more tuned to the way they teach you, transform you and guide you. You begin to recognize the power that you have to navigate life's challenges with ease and with grace, trusting whatever arises you can handle it, because you're learning, you're growing, and you're constantly evolving into the fullest version of yourself. And as you move forward, you find yourself effortlessly embracing each emotion as it comes, knowing it's not a permanent fixture, but a temporary visitor, here to teach you something valuable, something important. And with each teaching, you feel yourself growing stronger, wiser, and more capable of handling whatever life brings your way. So you can relax, trusting you're always exactly where you need to be. Everything, even the difficult emotions, is serving you, shaping you, and guiding you towards your highest potential. And the more you align with this process, the more joy, peace, and abundance will naturally unfold.